So this is the first set of the night. I started out with a kind of a lonesome howl, and this guy howled back off on the other side of these tree rows, and then I answered him with like an answer type howl, and he popped out on this side, and then I did some um like breeding sounds, female whines and chirps, and he came a little bit, but he actually gets hung up here for about 30 seconds. I cut that part out, but here I switched to a kind of a more aggressive breeding noise with some more like growls and stuff in it and higher pitched, more frequent whines. And here he comes. Now the wind here is left to right. We got no problem with the wind. You'd have to get way around on the other side of this tree row that we're backed up to get our wind. But he does look like he's going to be skirting us here a little bit. I got this like two-lane or two-track road in between these two fields, and he's behind it. And I keep thinking that he's going to come up on top of it, but he never quite does. Here he's looking. I thought he was going to come over the road, but he doesn't. He's just going to keep going to the north trying to get our wind, but luckily I have my buddy on the end of this tree row for this very reason. And you'll see right about here, my buddy starts barking at him, so I did a bark too and got him to stop. And there he nailed him. He couldn't really see it, he was because behind the road, but as you can see with he's doing the old spinny dance, he was definitely hit. Now here obviously I can't swing any further and just need to back off a bit. But he's flopping around out there quite a bit. He got hit a little bit low, but Buddy put another couple rounds in him and he was good. So this is the third set of night, and we had walked in a ways and set up on this hill and um, started with some howls, and here this howling back, kind of back the way we came, and then up this adjacent draw, and we could see them out there. They're probably 800 yards maybe, and we thought we were in business, but we went through an entire sequence, howls and some prey distress, breeding noises, coyote fight, and they would move around a little bit and come a little bit closer, then back off, and just didn't really want to come. So after all that, we had to go back that way anyway to the truck. So I decided I'm gonna try to get closer on these guys. Picked up the collar, and of course, getting closer is a little bit easier said than done this particular night because there's not much wind. It's pretty quiet out, and there's a couple inches of snow, and it's fairly crunchy and loud. But I do the big semicircle, snuck down the best that I could. I took it nice and slow, got into the bottom of this draw that they're in, probably 350, 400 yards from where they were, and started out with some howls again, and they responded right away. And then I went into some breeding noises, and this time, here they come. We got all three of them coming here. And they're coming pretty good. We got one way out in the lead here. I think he's going to check up on this hill and let the other ones catch up. They're looking off to the right. So I took a look over there to see if there's something else coming in from that side, but I don't see anything. I'm going to stay on these ones. The wind is left to right. They'd have to get way down the draw that I'm in and to get past and around. So I'm not worried about that. And they're actually coming pretty much right at the collar. And here he disappears into the slough grass, and that always makes you nervous because you never know where they're going to pop out. But here he comes. He's coming right towards the collar. And for some reason, I zoom in here. No idea why. I didn't really need to. He's plenty close enough. He's just coming closer, coming right at the collar. And right here, I'm thinking I should shoot him, but I got this fence post right in the way. I didn't want him to stop behind that, but I figured this will work right here. I barked, stopped, and dropped him. Now I'm scrolling through my zoom and trying to find where the other two went, and I'm not seeing them, so I have to get back on my scanner. There, I picked them up. They're headed to my left, and I have no idea why I didn't just try to shoot one here on this hillside. They're probably, I don't know, 225, 250 yards, maybe. Um, but I didn't. They're moving to the left, and my buddy's off to my left too. And I was kind of hoping they'd circle up his way, but they never really did. I put a pup distress on right after I shot the first one, and I think that's kind of why they're not leaving as quickly as possible. The one had to stop and leave his scent, and then the other one did too. And I don't, again, would have been a good time to try to shoot one there, but I didn't. I thought maybe they'd swing around and come closer, but here it kind of seems like no, they're just gonna leave up this other draw. So I'm gonna try to take a shot. And I think I held, it was just a little bit high there. Sailed one. I whiffed. Here I can't figure out the zoom again, but they're taking off. And at some point here, my buddy sends one at him too and misses. So I'm thinking, okay, well those two got away, but at least we got the one. And I'm doing some more calling. Switched to a coyote fight, and my buddy is on the radio. He radios me like, "Hey, one of those is coming back, and he's coming hard." Like, what? No way. Sure enough, here he comes. The one that we just shot at twice, and I guess probably three times, counting when I killed the first one. And he's coming hard, and he is pissed. He's barking. You can't really tell here, but every once in a while he'll bark, and he's jumping around and looking for where the heck is this coyote at that's or these coyotes that are I hear fighting. And he actually swings down. He ends up probably only about 40 yards from where I killed the first one. I was kind of worried I wasn't going to be able to get him to stop, but he did. And the 22 Creedmoor ended him. So the third one ran off. Never did see him again, but pretty good. Ended up with 2 out of the 3. And considering the way that our first attempt at that set went, where they didn't want to move at all, it actually went pretty well. And it just kind of goes to show you that if you get closer, you get inside their bubble. A lot of times you can shake them loose.